Guys, so it's been a really long time since I have made a video on my channel and I really missed filming, so I'm back. And today I'm going to be doing an unhaul with you guys, and I'm showing you this side, so you'll just have to stay and watch the video if you're curious. I'm sorry if I'm a little awkward right now. I haven't filmed in like a year and I'm not really sure how to get back into the flow of things. But I'm sure that as I keep making videos again that it'll come back to me. So, yeah. I kind of forgot what it was like to sit in front of a camera and just talk. But anyway, okay, so the first book I am unhauling is called Bright Young Things by Anna Godberson. She is the author of the Lux series. I have never read the Lux series. I don't really have an interest in reading the Lux series. The reason why I picked this book up was because I was really suffering from a book hangover from, oh my god, I can't forget the name? Doll Face by Renee Rosen. And that book was just so amazing. It's set in the 1920s and I was just obsessed with the 20s for like a good 6 months or so. So I went on a binge of the 1920s genre and I found this here. It took me about, this is really embarrassing, it took me about 6 weeks to read this book. Because it's in a kind of like a 3-person point of view, and I really don't like books that are told in 3 different people's points of view. It's actually really annoying. And I don't know, the backdrop, the scenery, the way it was written just really didn't do it for me. I mean, the other one was kind of more based like on the gangster version, if you will. Or this was more about a poor girl who finds out that her dad's rich and boom, she made it. So, I don't know. I mean, it was okay. I think I gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars, but I'm definitely not going to be picking this up again. I'm definitely not going to continue on with the series. So what's the point in keeping it on my bookshelf? So I'm actually really sad that I'm unhauling this book because she is an amazing author. She wrote The Sugar Queen, and that is Sarah Addison Allen, and she is a gifted writer, and I own not 1 but 2 copies of The Sugar Queen somewhere back here. And it was just, I felt kind of let down by this book because it was just so lackluster. I mean, she really focuses on magical realism. And in this book, it just felt kind of forced, and there wasn't really like a story to it. It felt like it was more like a contemporary trying to be something like a fantasy, trying to be magic realism, and it just didn't get there. And there was a lot of slow parts, and I was just like, what is the point of this book? But I read it anyway because, like I said, she was one of my favorite authors. I ended up giving it a 3 stars, I believe, and that is The Peach Caper by Sarah Addison Allen. Essentially, it's about these kids, now adults from high school, who grow up, come back to their old town, and are reunited by an old grave site that's dug up, and somehow it brings them all together. It's really patchy, and you know, they reunite, and it's kind of like St. Elmo's Fire meets The Breakfast Club with dead bodies, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, could have been better. Next book that I have here is The Promise of Amazing by Robin Constantine. I bought this book actually right around the time that I stopped filming, and I never picked it up and I never read it. Actually, that's not true. I did pick it up once. I tried to read it. I have really no idea what it's about anymore. So basically a girl and a guy. One's the bad boy, the other one is the quiet, smart girl, and I guess that they fall in love or something. I don't really know. It's like a YA contemporary. And I don't know, I just read like the first, I made it to page 13. The writing was horrible. It was. I was just like, you know what, I don't know. I bought this right after I read The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight and Anna and the French Kiss, and so I was like really on a roll with the whole YA contemporary, but I never got into it. It's been like a year and change, and I really don't have any interest in this one. This one I got at a Goodwill store, and I was just out traveling around with my family, and I can't help but buy books at a Goodwill store because they're cheap, and there's lots of them, and I have a bit of a problem. So, I picked up this one. It's Love Hampton by Sherry Rifkin. Never picked it up. It kind of reminds me of like those Devil Wore Prada type books, you know. A TV promo producer wants like the perfect life, goes to Hampton, falls in love. Never picked it up though, and right now I'm not really into contemporary, and again, this book has been on my shelf for a year or so, and I don't see myself picking it up anytime soon. So yeah, pretty much any book that I don't pick up in a year. So bye. And the last one that I have, I actually did read a lot of this one before I decided it just wasn't for me. I got to 73 pages. Let's see. I made it all the way to chapter 9. And that is The Promise of Stardust. The Promise of Stardust by Priscilla Sibley. Now, this book had so much promise. Oh my god, I was really excited to read it. It's emotional, it's heart-wrenching, it's gripping, it sounds like the best book of all time. And then it just went... So, from what I gathered, from what I read, it is basically about this man and wife, and the wife suffers a horrific fall accident, and she suffers irreparable brain damage, and she's basically brain dead. When it comes time to kind of cut cords, it turns out that his wife is pregnant. Now, his wife made it absolutely clear in her life that she did not want to be kept alive through artificial means, and so he's kind of dealing with like the moral and ethical problems of, do I, disconnect my wife and kill the baby, or do I keep my wife alive knowing that she would want to be kept alive and keep my baby? And then of course there's the fact that the baby may not even make it to term because her mom is not really here. She's being kept alive by a ventilator and a defibrillator. So that's basically what the story I thought was going to be about, like his struggle. And then somehow his mom gets involved and she wants to fight for her right to die. So it's basically a book about right to live, right to die. And it just becomes like a court novel, and next thing you know, it's all about being in court, and they're throwing back and forth all these court terms, and it's like the lawyer this and the lawyer that, and I was like, okay, I like watching movies that have kind of court things, Few Good Men was good, but a book that's completely surrounded by the court, not good. And after 72 pages, I just felt like I was really getting invested in this book, and it wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me. And quite frankly, I was kind of getting really depressed because I was like, all he keeps talking about is like how she's brain dead. Like, I don't know. I guess I was expecting a different, like for the story to take a different turn, and it didn't. And I'm kind of on the fence about this one, so I might give it one more shot to see if I'll keep it. But for right now, it's sitting in the Unhaul pile. So if I don't change my mind within about a week, it's bye-bye. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys. Of course I haven't told you guys. Anyway, so I went to New Orleans recently. Actually 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah, like 2.5 weeks ago for my birthday. And it was really, really awesome. And I had a lot of fun. So just a little side note in case you guys were wondering what it was I was doing. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys for watching this video. And these are all the books that I unhauled.